But do you really feel that a fear of failure exists amongst us, amongst the students?
Many a times we are not being trained how exactly we have to be successful.
Does this fear of failure in any way kill the creativity of a child or an individual?
We have to concentrate on that particular aspect instead of succeeding. In our society, we have been forbidden to ask any questions to elders. First point.
Parents used to say, "See, the boy next door has scored more than you." We have been taught, we have been trained to be successful in life.
I'm wrong. I'll be humiliated. I'll be criticized. I'll be put down morally to such a level that I would prefer not answering that at all.
Dear friends, welcome to my channel and thank you for your continued patronage. Today, we'll be discussing a very interesting and very relevant topic. It applies to me, it applies to you, it applies to everybody. So, we all know right from our childhood, we have been taught, we have been trained to be successful in life. For that, we need to work hard, we need to put our 100%. But amongst all this, there is something called a fear in us, whether we'll succeed or not, whether we'll be able to achieve our goals or not. Very seldom people discuss about it. Otherwise, we all say, no, no, we are confident, we are doing well. But there's something very seldom we speak about. That topic for today is fear of failure. So, to discuss with us, I'm very happy and fortunate to have Mr. Nand Gopi. Sir, Nand Gopi, very thank you for your time. Welcome to the show. Mr. Nand
Thank you.
Gopi is a mechanical engineer by profession with 35 years of exposure in the precision engineering components field. And apart from automotive, he has worked in various other sectors also. Apart from that, sir is also a Rotarian from last 15 years. He has a high degree of passion for teaching. He was a faculty member for one of the engineering colleges. He he has great passion for interacting with students, and he is a regular visiting of for all the many institutions. So thank you once again for giving your time for us. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me in this show. And today's topic is very apt for each and every one of us,
Yes.
mainly students.
Yes,
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you for having me.
Basically, sir, as we say, the topic for today is fear of failure. But do you really feel that a fear of failure exists amongst us, amongst the students?
It does. It does in every one of us, or most of us, if not all of us. Many of us have been trained to be successful. Trained in sense, trained guns on us to be successful. But unfortunately, many a times we are not being trained how exactly we have to be successful and how to mitigate the pressure in due course of time during this particular journey. Unfortunately, many of us have this fear of failure, not just because that whether we are right or wrong. Many a times we are afraid of the repercussions of the outcome, if at all if it is a failure,
Very true. Very true.
because it is irrelevant for us whether what we have said is correct or not at that particular point of time, because we are always guarded and cautious whether if I am wrong, what is the repercussions and the kind of reprimand we will be subjected to, and the kind of dressing down we are going to be given at home, and the criticism what we get in the schools or institutions. This is the main cause of the failure. I feel the fear for failure. Sorry.
Okay. Nice, sir. So now, as we know, there is a fear of failure. But why does the fear exist? Because we want to be successful. So, is there a concrete or definitive thing? What is success? And can we put it in a yardstick? Do we have a yardstick for success?
Uh, if you ask me, there is no yardstick for a success. Like ultimately, we are there for a purpose, whether as a student or as a professional or as an employee or as a businessman. We have certain goals to be achieved. We have to really concentrate on how exactly we are going to achieve this particular success. It is not that the quantum of the success we should be concentrating on. It is the goal what we have set for ourselves in terms of completing that particular task.
Okay.
We have to concentrate on that particular aspect instead of succeeding in terms of overcoming the other's achievement by certain degree or by certain level of which is measured in terms of yardstick.
Yes, yes. Rightly said, sir. You brought in that point. Measuring our success compared to others, that is competition. Uh, we whether we like it or not, we are into the competitive world now. So we know we need to cope up with it because whether be a student, be a profession, be a teacher, be a sportsman, we are being judged day in day out in our profession. Whatever we do, right from our childhood days, our parents used to say, "See the boy next door has scored more than you," or when we get into sports, you say the other person has played better than you. He has scored more. He has taken more wickets. So, as an individual, be it in our 20s, 15 age, 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever, how do we cope up of this pressure of being judged day in, day out?
Well, I would take a different approach in answering this query from you.
Mhm.
For me, the fear of failure, the platform is set right from our childhood days, as you rightly mentioned, during our school days. Okay, in the school, for example, we have been taught of a lot of subjects in our curriculum, and in the first place, none of the students, including me as a student during those days, never understood what was the topic which is being taught to us or taught to me, and what is its purpose or what is the significance of the subject. We were given set of questions and answers. Without understanding the topic, we are supposed to answer. And if at all, while answering, if I have done a mistake, I would have been subjected to all kinds of criticism in front of everyone. One, and secondly, if my marks scored are very much less than the expected marks, I get the kind of dressing down at my family and also. So I'll be subjected in front of everyone to humiliation, stating that by comparing other success in terms of getting more marks, I have fared very poorly. So because of this particular situation, I would say that I would dare not attempting to answer any query put on to me at all.
Okay.
Because if I answer correctly, I would get appreciated. If at all I am wrong, I'll be humiliated, I will be criticized, I will be put down morally to such a level that I would prefer not answering that at all. Like, so this hinders my attempt in uh, performing any task for that matter.
Yes.
So handling the pressure or the handling the fear of failure situation is a very complex thing. It has to be addressed from all the quarters, right from the family, in the school, amongst the social sector also. It is a very, very, critical topic, and it's a very lengthy topic. Um, it has to be taken from case by case, I would say.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sir, you brought in a very nice point of the child or any individual not going out of the box, fearing that he'll be criticized if he goes wrong. So, does this fear of failure in any way kill the creativity of a child or an individual? Does it block the mindset of trying a new thing?
It will kill the creativity. It has killed the creativity, and it does kill the creativity amongst the individual, mainly amongst the student,
Okay.
because the very first uh, apprehension that you would be criticized, or you would be reprimanded, or you would be getting the dressing down from their family front will hinder him from attempting.
Yes.
This attempt, failing in attempt, will kill the creativity amongst an individual in total. So we should, as elders, or as a teacher, or as a parent, or as a family member, or as a friend, we should really encourage our peers to attempt whatever they want to say, or whatever they want to express. If at all a person is wrong in his expression, that has to be received positively and highlighted that particular mistake in such a way that he would happily correct it instead of reprimanding him or criticizing him. So what we normally are receiving, or as an elder, we would tend to criticize others instead of correcting that particular individual or bailing him out from that particular situation. So this is approach is uh, will definitely work and is very much required in the contemporary scenario.
Okay. Okay, sir. Sir, very closely connected to that is something called as choosing our career. As an individual, we all know we all have our limitations. Maybe let's take an example of a child or a higher class student. He might not be good in science, mathematics, or physics, chemistry. He might be good in other subjects, but because of the pressure of the peer pressure, the family pressure, he takes up getting into a science admission instead of commerce or arts, whatever it is. So there he is unable to cope up, hit the 90%, hit the 95%. So does it make him a unsuccessful person, or will he be judged as an unsuccessful because it was not his
Cup of tea.
cup of tea?
Rightly mentioned and rightly pointed out, it does really crush his dreams.
Yeah.
For example, no individual or no student is a dullard, as branded by certain schools or institutions by giving certain marks for based on his performance.
Yeah.
Every individual is capable of understanding any topic being explained properly.
Yes.
Again, I emphasize on properly. For example, mathematics, what is being taught in our school, algebra, trigonometry, calculus, matrices, we all learn these topics for heck of getting marks.
Exactly.
We have never understood its significance, we have never understood its application in the first place.
Yes.
Similarly, in science, physics, and chemistry, we have been taught of so many laws. For example, an apple falling on Newton's head. When a student hears this story and he's been told that after apple being fall on his head, he came out with three laws. He would really curse that fellow for developing these three laws, because they don't follow what exactly these three laws are applicable.
Okay.
So, if the institutions or the academics explain where exactly these laws can be applied and how exactly it is being used in our daily life, if this correlation is being brought in the academics, no student will feel that he is strong in science, he is poor in chemistry, or he is poor in mathematics, or he is only brilliant in commerce or accountancy.
Yes.
Everybody is capable of understanding any topic being explained properly. So we require a paradigm shift in explaining
The
the
approach.
subject in our approach in education system in total.
Yes.
So there are no backbenchers according to me. There are no front benchers. All are equal. All are intelligent. All are capable of delivering, understanding the topics.
Very, very well said, sir. We are all into our own race. We are not competing with each other. So within our limitations, we need to perform better. So this is what we understand. So now the coming to the last point, we understood that a fear of failure does exist, and we understood what is success according to different people, and there is no particular yardstick. So now we know that there is pressure, coping up with pressure for fear of failure. How do we overcome that? Is there a way to overcome with the help of the stakeholders, be it the teachers, be it the parents, be it the friends? Because normally there's a saying the man matures at 30, but up till 30 lot of damage is done in terms of shaping of a career or whatever. So how quickly can we arrest this fear of failure and bring the best out of the child?
Yeah, in arresting this particular syndrome, I would call as fear of failure in children, the stakeholders are very important in playing their roles, because a child is already in fear because of the age gap, because of the generation gap. They have to respect the elders in the first place, and secondly, in our society we have been forbidden to ask any questions to elders. First point.
Completely agree.
Secondly, because of this particular fear, whatever doubts they have, they try to hide within themselves. So here the stakeholders, the parents, the teachers, and the elders in the family should chip in identifying the lacuna in the child where exactly he is having challenges. This challenge has to be noticed by the elders and addressed in a proper way, so that the child feel encouraged to ask more doubts, and he would understand whatever the topic he wanted to perform. So the stakeholders here is not the child, it is the parents and the other elders, including the teachers and the society. They can really play a positive role in bringing this fear out of this particular child's mind.
Correct, sir. So now we all have accepted that fear of failure exists in us adults also. So now maybe we are in the 30s, 40s. How do we come out of it, or how do we accept it? Means we can only control the controllables. Few things are not beyond our control. So how do we accept it and move on?
Well, in the elders, I would share my experience.
Yes.
For example, first thing is accept the shortcomings within us. Second, we should stop comparing our limitations with other success.
Very, very well said, sir.
We have to look upon to others' achievement and take some positive points from their approach. How exactly their approach would be in the similar situation, the one which I am facing or a particular individual is facing. Third, try to communicate with the people who are expert in that particular domain. We always refrain from asking doubts. That is the main hindrance. I feel that the failure does happen within ourselves.
Because we are scared to ask questions, because there is a we are feared by of being judged.
Yeah, just one thing. And secondly, we've been framed like, okay, aren't you aware of such a small
Yes.
and simple things
Yes.
even now?
Mm.
So, for not being framed in this particular fashion, we always refrain from asking doubts.
Yes.
And this is the greatest disadvantage in us. We need to communicate with the people, accept the fact that whatever we don't know, we would like to learn. And if at all we are committing the mistake, and we should tell or ask how exactly that can be corrected, the mistakes what we have committed, and tell openly that we are not familiar at all in this particular topic in the first place, so that You will not commit mistakes, one. And secondly, the person who wants to explain you or deliver the content to you, he would do that in full
Okay.
so that you'll completely understand the topic, and the chances of failure would be reduced to a larger extent.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for enlightening us with the different views we can look at the problem or a challenge. So, as you rightly said, we need to be open to learn, relearn, and unlearn few things which are already there.
Exactly.
To Because as you rightly said, learning is a continuous process. We need to be open to learning, irrespective of the opposite person, whether is elder to us, younger to us. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your valuable time once again. It was
Thank
great.
you.
It was great getting the viewpoints of a person who is interacting with the younger generation day in day out. Along with his professional knowledge, he has the vast interpersonal skills where he can crack the issue, where he can interact with an individual, with a younger generation student, and bring the best out of him. So thank you very much for your time once again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here
Yes.
and giving me an opportunity to express my thought. It is not that I have enlightened somebody, I am getting enlightened every day from the students, from my peers, and from my juniors, as well as from the elders. So nobody can enlighten from others. We could enlighten from each other.
Yes.
So we have to exchange our views, thoughts, and also accept others' point of view and thoughts if it is relevant to that particular context. So we need to adapt constantly to the situation. Change is the only constant,
Yes. Yes.
as
Right.
rightly highlighted by our great visionary Swami Vivekananda.
Yes.
Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to express my thoughts. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, friends. We'll be coming up with another interesting topic in the next coming days. Thank you.